Okay, in part 2 of Unit 8, we're going to do the quotient of powers property. We're going to start out with that. This is similar to the multiplication or the product of powers property. Okay, in the product power of powers property, we add the exponents when we have like bases. In the quotient, remember quotient is division. Okay, when we divide, all right, we're going to subtract the two exponents. All right, so if we have base A raised to the B power and base A raised to the C power, okay, we're going to take A and B minus C. Okay, so we're just going to subtract the two powers. All right, so for instance, if we have 4 to the 8 power over 4 to the 5th power, we're just going to subtract the two exponents or powers. All right, so 4 to the 8 minus 5, which is 4 to the 3rd. Okay, and then 4 times 4 times 4, you get 64. All right, let's look at a couple more. X to the 3rd power divided by x to the 3rd power. So it's x to the 3 minus 3, which is x to the 0, and then we're back to the 0 power property, which is 1. Anything raised to the 0 power is 1. All right, y to the 4th over y to the 6th. Well, y to the 4 minus 6, and we know 4 minus 6 is negative 2. Now we have the negative exponent property, so we're going to put that in the denominator, all right, and make it y squared. The next property is the power of a product. Okay, so power of a product. So for multiplying with the same power, okay, we're multiplying with the same power, we're just going to take the two things we're multiplying, and that's going to be to the same power. All right, so like A to the C times B to the C. The power is the same, okay, but the bases are different. All right, so what that's going to be is just we're going to take A times B, and it's raised to the C power because both of them are to the C. All right, 3 squared and 4 squared. Okay, 3 squared and 4 squared. So it's 3 times 4, which is 12, raised to the second power. Okay, and 12 squared is 12 times 12, which is 144. All right, if we were going to do this out, we'd get 3 squared, which is 9, times 4 squared, which is 16, and if you multiply those two, you get 144. All right, so this is where the power of a product can help. All right, vice versa, if we have xy to the 3rd power, both to the 3rd power, well, that's x to the 3rd and y to the 3rd. Same thing here. If we have 2x to the 4th power, well, that's 2 to the 4th and x to the 4th. Both are raised to the 4th power. All right, so if we can clean it up, 2 to the 4th is 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, which is 16. And then we don't know x to the 4th, so it's 16x to the 4th. And I forgot to box this one up when we were finished. Let's just look at a couple more. All right, and on this line right here, I want you to put a P. Okay. we have x to the fourth times y to the third. All right, what can we do here? Well, the bases are different. Okay, so we can't use product of a power. Okay, and the powers are different. So there's really nothing we could do here. We can't use any properties, so we're just going to write it out. All right, next one, 2 to the negative third and 3 to the negative third. Well, we can multiply the two bases, 2 and 3, and the exponent will be the same for both. 2 times 3 is 6, so 6 to the negative third. And we know that's 1 over 6 to the third because of the negative power property. And 6 to the third is 6 times 6 times 6, or 216. All right. And then the last one, 3x squared is 3 squared and x squared, which is 3 squared is 9 and x squared is just x squared. Alright, the last property we're going to learn about in this section is the power of a quotient. Alright, when a quotient, when we're dividing, has a certain power. Alright, and what that says is if we have a to the same power as b has, okay, well, then that's just a over b to that power. Okay, vice versa, if we have x and y to the z power, well, that's x to the z and y to the z. All right, so let's look at some problems. Y to the fifth divided by x to the fifth is the same thing as saying y over x to the fifth. All right, b over 2 to the second power is the same thing as b squared over 2 squared. And since 2 is a number, we could simplify it. 2 squared is 4. All right, that's it for this section. Okay, attempt to practice problems. Please ask me questions if you need to.